Imagine this. You're holding the ultimate weapon, a device capable of shaping your destiny. Not a bomb or a laser, but something far more powerful, your brain. It can launch businesses, master languages, and sculpt your physique. But here's the terrifying truth. Are you using it to its full potential? Every tool imaginable is laid out before you. Blueprints for groundbreaking businesses, the latest language learning programs, cutting-edge fitness manuals, libraries of knowledge on every subject, tons of awesome tools. To build your dreams are right there, a whole feast for your brain. But why aren't you crushing your goals? It's not about a lack of creativity or resources. Let me explain you the mechanism of what's happening. Your brain, as the ultimate weapon, is a master of efficiency. Its top priority is saving energy, and the way it does this is by creating habits. Habits are your comfort zone, familiar, requiring minimal effort. That's great for everyday tasks, but your goals often live outside that zone. Here's the catch. When your goals require effort outside your comfort zone, your brain, in its quest for energy efficiency, might start throwing up excuses. Think of these excuses as its way of keeping you in that comfort zone. It's not that your brain wants to sabotage you, it just wants to conserve energy. And guess what fuels that energy? Dopamine. Overcoming these never happens with just researching and motivation, no matter how long it takes you to understand them. The only way out is self-discipline. Your brain loves activities that release dopamine, like scrolling social media, checking notifications, or indulging in that extra slice of cake. These activities are familiar, require minimal effort, and give you that instant dopamine hit. The problem? They don't move you closer to your goals. The only way out is self-discipline. Have you ever noticed a strange pattern? From history makers to everyday heroes, whenever someone achieves something incredible, there's one quality that keeps popping up in interviews and biographies.
Discipline.
Self-discipline.
Self-discipline. Self-discipline.
Self-discipline. Now, self-discipline might not sound as exciting, but could it be the secret sauce that separates dreamers from doers? Think you know self-discipline? Think again. Most people have it all wrong. They struggle to use it because they've never truly understood its power. Many have the idea of self-discipline as a constant internal battle. This is a myth. It can be incredibly demotivating and paint a picture of self-discipline as a never-ending struggle against yourself. Self-discipline is more about collaboration and strategy than brute force. Self-discipline is more about 1, acknowledging the reward system, 2, leveraging habit formation, 3, understand the role of emotions. We will get to this later. But there is one thing that I find best about self-discipline. The more you exercise it in one area, the stronger it becomes, naturally overflowing in other areas as well. The prefrontal cortex, PFC, the control center for self-discipline. The prefrontal cortex acts as the CEO, overseeing crucial functions like planning and goal setting. The prefrontal cortex helps you map out your goals, consider potential roadblocks, and allocate resources to achieve them. Decision making. The prefrontal cortex weighs pros and cons, analyzes information, and guides you towards well-considered decisions. Focus and attention. The prefrontal cortex filters out distractions and allows you to concentrate on what matters most for your goals. Now, in someone with lower self-discipline, the prefrontal cortex might not be operating at peak efficiency. Impulsive decision. Take over. Without strong impulse control, temptations can easily hijack decision-making. The prefrontal cortex might struggle to resist immediate gratification, hindering progress towards long-term goals. The prefrontal cortex might struggle to filter out distractions, making it difficult to stay focused. Social media notifications or environmental clutter become constant roadblocks on the path to goal. The prefrontal cortex might be more attuned to immediate rewards. This can lead to prioritizing short-term pleasures over long-term goals. The good news is, the prefrontal cortex is like a muscle. It can be strengthened with consistent effort. Here's what happens when you start practicing self-discipline in one area. You'll find it easier to concentrate and complete tasks. Long-term vision. the prefrontal cortex starts considering long-term benefits. Strengthening the prefrontal cortex in one area has a ripple effect. As you become more disciplined in, say, managing your finances, you'll find it easier to be disciplined in other areas like your diet or work habits. Now let's talk about habits and self-discipline. Our brains love habits because they're like autopilot, familiar, and require minimal effort. But sometimes, autopilot keeps us stuck in routines that don't serve us. That's where self-discipline steps in, like a supportive coach, to help us build new habits that align with our goals. Here's how self-discipline strengthens the habit loop. Repetition builds strength. The more you consistently do something, like sticking to a new routine, the stronger the connections become in your brain. It's like solidifying a pathway, making the action smoother and less effortful over time. Dopamine, your brain's reward system. As you stick to your routine, your brain releases a feel-good chemical called dopamine. This positive association motivates you to repeat the action, reinforcing the habit. Cravings for good habits. With consistent effort, you might even start craving the positive feelings associated with your new habit. Imagine waking up feeling energized because you know it's time for your morning meditation. Less willpower needed. Strong neural connections and dopamine rewards make the habit almost automatic. It's like following a well-worn path compared to constantly battling your way through the unknown. Self-discipline holds the key to unlocking your true potential and rewriting your life story.